And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and series finale of last night's episode of Black Lightning Season 4, Episode 13. The series finale is here, people, and it is sad that Black Lightning has come to an end, but it was a pretty interesting episode, none the least. But let's talk about it. So if you haven't seen the last episode, spoilers, so you've been warned. So it's all come down to this: Tobias versus Jefferson Pierce. Jefferson Pierce lost, and the team believes that he is dead, and they have no idea what to do. They need to figure out a way to stop Tobias Wells from pretty much destroying not only all the metas in Freeland, but also the entire city as well. As him being the new mayor pretty much gives him the power and unstoppable resources that he has now. They need to stop him before he ends up using his power in the worst capacity for that city. So the Pierce family, minus Jefferson, they all decide that they need to figure out a way to get into his little secure place where he has that machine that's pretty much blocking their powers from being able to use it. And they do so. They end up doing it. You know, Gamby and Nissa, and of course her wife, they all decide to go in there and try to destroy the machine. They eventually do, and while that's happening, you have Jennifer. She's having some problems with her powers, and then out of nowhere, the original Jennifer Pierce returns. Apparently she was in the Earth atmosphere the whole time. She was all those sparkly dots that were up in the Earth atmosphere, the one that Jennifer apparently goes up there to get herself supercharged. So apparently what we found out that the real Jennifer got switched out by the negative version of herself. So the whole time we thought they would just recast her, even though they did. The actress left the show for a brief time. She had other obligations, I believe, and I believe her contract was up anyway. But she did finish the series, so that was cool. But then she came back just to fight her other self, and she won, and now she has unlimited power, which was pretty cool seeing that. But you know, a little bit too late if I don't say so. But in my opinion, it was a little bit too late. They could have done it a little bit earlier, but okay. And then, of course, Jefferson wakes up himself in a coffin on the ground because Tobias buried him, just like how he buried his father after killing him. He busts out after he gets his powers back, goes to find Tobias Wells in his condo or penthouse, or whatever you call it. And they duke it out. They fight. And, of course, Jefferson Pierce wins. And Tobias Wells gets himself impaled by a spike laying back. So, the Pierce family wins. Tobias is dead. And they all live happily ever after. Tobias is dead. Jennifer is back to being herself. TC and everybody has their powers back. Nissa and her wife are, enjoying their life together now. And Jefferson and Lynn are now engaged to be married again. And, of course, Jefferson announced that he's going to be retiring as Black Lightning, even though the kids say, yeah, we don't believe you. But that was the end of the show. And, of course, the very end, they had to tease something. The fact that Lala is still alive. Because, remember, he was locked up in kind of like carbonite in a way himself. He breaks out. So, and now he sees Tobias Wells dead. And he smiles, and it looks like he's going to take over. He could be the villain for the upcoming Painkiller show, if we're still going to get that. And speaking of Painkiller, TC found out a way to, I guess, break free from the whole Painkiller persona. Meaning that the program that controls him, that wants to kill the Pierce family, he can take that off of him. The only problem is, if he does, he will forget the Pierces ever existed. That includes Jennifer as well. And Cleo decides to do it anyway. Kind of reminded me of Winter Soldier, where he has to, he got the stuff out of his head to be the Winter Soldier, but now he has to clear up his everything. So kind of like that in a different way. But yeah, so overall, this episode wasn't the best. It wasn't my favorite. I kind of felt like it kind of rushed it just because it was the last episode. But, and I really did not like the ending, because if you're setting up Lala to be a villain for Painkiller, and we don't even know if we're going to get a Painkiller show. Some people saying that it's been greenlit. Some people saying that it hasn't been yet. As long as, if CW and Warner Brothers have not greenlit the show yet, to me, it's still in limbo. So, who knows? They just greenlit that Naomi show, so that's something. But if we do get a Painkiller show and Lala does return, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I did like the Lala character. I do wish we would have gotten him more in the show, but what can you do? And I also feel like Tobias overall, he was a great villain. I do wish he would have been maybe the mayor earlier in the show, maybe, because if you would have made him mayor at that in maybe like season 2 or something, he would have been a bigger threat than he was. Sure, he was a big threat in this season too, but I feel like he was just a big threat that became the mayor, just to become a bigger threat, and then it just ends like that with his death. But if he would have been mayor since like maybe like season 2 all the way now, it would have been very hard for Jefferson and the family to try to stop him without any proof that he's doing bad things, because he's the mayor. He has the police in his corner. He has the courts in his corner. He'll have all that political power, and it would have been tough to beat him at that point. But we didn't get that, so what can you do? Overall, for this show, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I thought every actor in the show was amazing. The actor who plays Jefferson was great. The actress who played Nissa and Jennifer, and of course Lynn, they were all fantastic. Gamby was great as well. The guy who played Tobias, I think, was probably one of my favorite villains in the CW. Yeah, I'm saying that now. I think I liked him more than any of the Arrow villains, most of them. And everybody from Flash, definitely. So he was just a good villain. Yeah, he kind of had his back, you know, he said back a couple of times when we had other villains, but he was always in that shadow. He kind of was like a Lex Luthor type of character, of how Lex Luthor would have been portrayed, been personified as a villain if they would have used him better. I think maybe in Supergirl, kind of, but he was a very awesome villain, and I really enjoyed watching his character progress as the show went on. And yeah, even the way he died was like, yeah, I could have saw that coming. I would have thought, you know, they would have locked him up in jail somewhere without his powers, but nah, I kind of feel like Jefferson was going to have to try to find a way to kill him without actually killing him. But, you know, it was really Tobias' fault that he died, because he fell out the window, even though Jefferson zapped him out of a window. But he didn't know that he was going to get impaled. So what can you do? But yeah, the show was great. So I thank CW. I thank Warner Brothers for this great show. This was a fun show. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see Black Lightning crossovers, but, you know, they're still out there, so there's a possibility we can still see them, and there's still hope for the Painkiller show. If we get the Painkiller show, I just hope it's as good as as Black Lightning, because honestly, I think that magic of Black Lightning was so good. You know, it was just a lot of fun to watch the show. You know, it's, you know, it was a great show. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So, and I'm bummed out that it's over, and who knows what's next. I feel like it's only Flash and Legends are now the last two of the original shows. Supergirl's ending this year. Superman just started. Batwoman just started, kind of. And we're going to get some new stuff. Who knows if they're going to, you know, continue with the Powerpuff Girls show, and if that's going to be part of this, the DCEU universe at this point. Who the heck knows? But hopefully we get some good shows in CW for taking its place. But till then, we have to wait and see what happens. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Black Lightning as a whole. Did you guys enjoy this show? Did you guys give up after the first season, second season? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it overall. And stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.